Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good. I leave for the milk, I return with the milk. The milk is blue, and I love you. And by now, you have purchased the Lightspeed bundles for Gash. You got the Negotiator, you got all the Padme Galactic Republic characters, you've got all of the Separatist droids, you are an Asajj, and you are ready to go do the Gash journey. But what do you need to have as far as mods on these characters and as far as Zetas on these characters to get this journey done? Now, there's some good news. The good news is it's not really extra special stuff you got to get. The same mods you're going to apply for this journey, especially that you have them all relic, the same mods you're going to apply for this journey are going to apply to these characters when just playing them without in the game. So we're going to just talk about the mods that go on these characters. And I want to give you an extra little direction here. I'm going to put a little tag up there in the corner, and we'll put a link at the end of this video as well. After the credits, you can go tune into that. It'll be a link to my Gas Farming Guide Plus. It was published about 10 months ago. And in that guide, you're going to get a lot of the information you'll get here, but there's also information in there about the 501st clones. What Zetas do you need on them? What mods do you need on the 501st clones? And then also General Grievous for the same reason, and some other stuff that goes along with the gas farm that's really going to help you out. So I'm gonna talk today about what you need to get this journey done. What Zetas do you need? What mods do you need on these teams that you just purchased in the gas bundle? I'm going to refer you over to the Gas Farming Guide Plus to see what you need to carry out, Gas and Padme and Grievous, your Separatist droids into the future and make them an effective team in the future. So with that said, let's jump right into our first part of the journey, the Negotiator. Hey guys, you just bought a 7-star Negotiator. You got all the ships that you're fine. You're just fine here. This is not going to be difficult. You're going to breeze right through this. I don't have anything special to say here. Just get this done. You'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. We're all fine here, thanks. How are you? So let's jump into the Padme part of the journey. That's gonna be tier 3 of the gas journey. Padme, General Kenobi, Shakti, 3PO, and Ahsoka, baby Ahsoka. So what are you looking at on these characters for mods and for Zetas? Let's start with the primary type of mods you're going to need is going to be indicated right here with your leader, Padme. Light side allies have plus 50% max health. And while they have protection up, blah, 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 blah. This team is all about all sorts of health and all sorts of protection up. They're going to gain, when they dispel protection up on their turns, and they gain 1 stack of courage for each 5% protection up dispelled. And that courage, it just deals massive amounts of damage to your enemies. So, you're going to see a lot of health modding on this team. And my health modding is less than ideal. And at Relic 3, I think it's important to point out that since you have all these characters Relic, it'd be good to have a full real mod set on them with like full max health on these characters. But if you can't get it on there, I would wager to say that you're going to be able to do this with a less than perfect mod set on these characters because they're all, I think, is it Relic 3 or Relic 5? I don't remember which one it is, but they're all relics, okay? You'll be able to get it done. So here's my health arrow with some speed. Here's my defense. I don't know about that. That should be health, but that should be health, or protection. This is not an ideal mod set. I didn't even look, boys and girls. I need to fix my Padme mods. You know what? I don't have a fixture mod. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame I don't have a fixture mods bundle. Let's look at this, by the way. Is it Relic 3 or is it Relic? Let's take a look here. The gas bundle. They're all Relic 3. Okay, and the Padme bundle, is that all Relic 3 as well? That's all Relic 5. So your droids will be 5 if you bought that one. Anywho, you want this all to be health and health with as much health as possible on Padme. Speed's going to be secondary on Padme. Health and health and health is going to be primary on Padme. That's going to be the most important thing. And you're going to need 2 Zetas on Padme. I know it's painful. You may still be farming Zetas from your Kylo farm or your Rey farm or your Starkiller farm or any number of other farms. You don't have Zetas. You're going to have both these Zetas on Padme or this team really isn't going to work right. Here we are with their leadership Zeta. Well, let's go to the other side of the screen for this. Let me go. Boop. Okay, there we go. So, on her leadership Zeta, like and subscribe, everybody. Make your family a happier family today. While they have protection up, light side allies resist all debuffs and can't be critically hit. It's just so important. They're going to get so much protection up, and especially when Padme runs her cunning plan here, she gives everybody protection up. It just matters. And the protection up converts into courage like we just showed you. You need that leader Zeta on there so they avoid the critical hits and they resist debuffs. You just need that on there, and always a choice Their protection up can't be prevented, can't be dispelled, and is increased to 40% if Padme is their leader. That protection up is what it's all about. You're going to need both of these Zetas on Padme, so that may hold you back. I'm curious to see if anybody's able to get these done without the Zetas. You know, that'll be real. I think a lot of people are going to be trying this event, but I just don't think you're going to be able to get it done. General Kenobi, same thing. Health with some speed. Health with some speed. Health with some speed. At least, man, this should all be health. It should all be health. Protection, I guess we have to, but you want it all to be health. As much health as humanly possible. And you're going to need his Zeta. Sorry, everybody. There's 3. That's 3 Zetas so far. If all allies are Galactic Republic, General Kenobi taunts for 1 turn whenever another Galactic Republic ally loses any protection up. Guess what? He's going to be taunting the whole time. So you need him taunting the whole time. You need GK to be taking all the hits so the rest of the team can function the way they do. So that's 3 Zetas so far. Jedi Knight Revan is not on this squad. I just clicked the next arrow and got him. Now, Shakti, I got a little Zeta relief here for you, boys and girls. A little Zeta relief. Her leader, Zeta, you don't need it. First of all, it's a leader Zeta. You're not going to use her as a leader. Second of all, it's for clone trooper allies. And guess what? There aren't any here. There aren't any here, and you don't need her leader Zeta. Second, heightened reflexes. Kind of a nice to have if you have it. Whenever Shakti takes damage, she gains retribution at the end of that turn. It's fine. And when she does counter, her basic is going to clear all debuffs off the other team. Dispel all buffs, or excuse me, clear all buffs. Dispel all buffs on target enemy, deal physical damage, grant offense up for 1 turn to all allies. So it grants offense up to your team, and it clears all buffs. So it's a nice little counterattack, but you don't really need it. So you don't need Shakti's Zetas in there. And I'm going to say again with Shakti, I'm looking at a speed set with as much health as you can muster in there. Again, I'm not showing up really good mods here. I should have thought of that, but you're really looking, and my Shakti is not modded for being on a Padme team right now, so, but you want to mod her the same way. You want to get a speed set on her, because you do want to be doing, she's a fast character in this game, and you want to be able to run this basic as much as possible to clear buffs off of the tanking Magna Guards. You've also got this one, which dispels all debuffs on your allies. That's a huge deal, and granting buffs to attackers, supports, and tanks, taunt and critical hit immunity, and this calls an assist. From the 2. So, but mainly, Courageous Strike is going to be clearing buffs from your opponents. You want to keep those Magna Guards not taunting as much as possible. 3PO. So 3PO's next. You're going to want to mod him for speed and health and potency. You want that potency on 3PO, boys and girls. It's so important on to his kit. Oh, I am messed up here. I got to fix these mods. My mods are broken. This should be potency. It should be speed and potency on 3PO. I have ganked this. And you're going to need Oh My Goodness as a Zeta. Inflict Confuse twice on target enemy for 3 turns. You want to confuse the opponent as much as possible. So you need to get this Oh My Goodness. This is probably the last Zeta you need to apply. And you could maybe try it without this, but I still think you're going to need it. The one you're not going to need is Protocol Droid. Is that it? Wait, which one is Cyborg Relations? Nah, you don't need the one that gives R2 and 3PO. There it is. At the start of the counter, C3PO and R2 gain translation for 3 turns. It's kind of nice to get 3PO translation. It certainly doesn't hurt anything, but you don't need that Zeta on here to get this event done. And again, speed, health, and potency are the mods for 3PO. That's where you want him modded. And finally, baby Ahsoka. I got to tell you, her Zeta is going to be one of the most important on the team. If the ally leader is Galactic Republic, Ahsoka is called to assist whenever another Galactic Republic ally uses a special ability. You want her being called to assist because every time she basics, just like Shakti, on a critical hit, she dispels all debuffs. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. Yeah, you don't need the critical hit. That's nice. But deal physical damage to target enemy and dispel all buffs on them. Again, you're dispelling all the buffs. You're dispelling all the taunts on the Magna Guards. You're getting rid of buffs. So she's going to assist every time they use it, and that's going to be your big deal. You want to have an offense or a crit damage center. Offense is probably be better than crit damage. And then you want to have health down here. Do I have this one right? Kind of. Not really. I don't have any of these mods. These mods are bad. I've moved these guys around. I'm not functioning much on the Padme team these days. My characters end up working on Jedi Master Kenobi. They go elsewhere, and they're still not great mods. I still get to fix those mods. They're not great. So there's your guide. You're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 required mods. 5th mod on C3PO is a really, really good one to have in it. Maybe it's really borderline required. You don't need Shakti's mods. Her second one at the bottom, or unique, is a nice to have. Let's go over to the Separatist droids here. let's start with Asajj. You don't need Asajj's Zeta. You're going to have Asajj modded for offense or critical damage. And honestly, Asajj is really kind of a non-factor in this battle. She's going to be out there. You just want her to be on the field as long as possible. You could even mod her for full health. I don't know. Just make her a target for as long as possible, but she's going down. She's going down. Now, what her Zeta does, you don't need her leadership Zeta, obviously. That's a Night Sister leader. Her Rampage here, she gets an extra turn meter gain chance. She stacks offense and critical chance when allies or enemies are defeated. It's not that great. It's just, you don't need it. You do not need it for this. And Asajj is really basically a non-factor throughout this event. She's going to land some defense downs. She might get some stunning in, but she'll probably be dead in the first 2 turns. And that's just the deal for it. There you go. So, hey, B1, Zeta required. And you want an offense set with potency is what you want on your B1. So there's speed, there's offense, there's going to be potency. Offense, potency, full offense set. These don't matter. The primaries here don't matter. As much offense as you can get on B1 because he doesn't critically hit. That's right here. Is it in Droid Battalion? B1 can't score critical hits or be revived. B1 has no protection. 1 health and 100 stacks of Droid Battalion. Well, B1 only has 50 stacks of Droid Battalion unless you put a Zeta on, and you need 100 stacks of Battalion. So you got to have the Zeta on B1. B1 is actually the driving force. He is the damage dealer. He is the one that really makes this work for you. A big deal here. As much speed as possible with an offense set, with potency, with offense on your triangle, potency on your cross, and you need a Zeta on B1 to make this team work. Next up, we're looking at Destroyer Droid. I'm going to call Destroyer Droid's Zeta here a very, very, very nice to have. You might be able to get it done without the Zeta. It's probably going to take you some extra tries, and I will let you know, through both tiers of this, even with Zetas on your characters, I still think you're looking at an uphill battle, and you're probably going to take multiple attempts on both of these tiers, no matter what. The RNG is super duper strong in this journey, so be prepared for lots of attempts. I didn't say that earlier, but be prepared. Just Destroyer Droid's Zeta, and I'm just going to call it required. This is more required than 3PO's oh my goodness Zeta, okay? So add 25% evasion. So he gets up to, where is it? Where's his evasion? Where's his evasion? Droideka grants 10% turn meter charge. Additionally, Droideka grants 10% has 50% speed, 25. Okay, so it's just 25% evasion. Sorry about that. So Droideka has 25% evasion. That evasion comes in handy when they miss him, unless he has damage immunity when they can't hit him anyway. And if he has damage immunity, if Droideka has damage immunity, there's a 35% chance that Droideka is going to assist, dealing 50% less damage whenever another Separatist ally uses an ability. That's any ability limit once per turn. Honestly, you're going to get a lot of assists out there. A third of the time, you're going to assist, and the damage is going to be important, and you're going to mod Droideka for offense, and offense, and offense, and off. Just as much offense as you can get on Droideka, because once again, with Droideka here, deal physical damage and true damage, ignores defense but can't critically hit, an additional time for each stack of charge. You want to get those stacks of charge going and deal that true damage. So you want this, we got to mod it for offense. And honestly, you don't need a lot of speed on Droideka. I know there's some guys out there that want you to have a lot of speed on Droideka to get him to go first. I'm not buying. I think you want to roll with him. First of all, you got 25% evasion when he's not, if you got that Zeta. Then you want to roll and get the shield and just stay in that shield for a long time and assist and assist and assist. That basic is dealing true damage. As much offense as you can get on Droideka, the better off you will be. B2, you're going to need a Zeta. That's 3 Zetas on this team that are required. It's under reactive protocol. Whenever B2 inflicts a debuff, all other Separatist droid allies gain 5% turn meter. And guess what? Droideka is inflicting a lot of debuffs. Deal physical damage to all enemies and dispel all positive status effects with an 80% chance to also inflict buff immunity for 2 turns. And whenever B2 inflicts a debuff, everybody gains 5% turn meter. If you inflict 5 of them onto 5 different people, 5 different enemies, 25% turn meter for your team. So this is going to be a required Zeta, and you want to have, this is a weird one. Super Battle Droid needs to be modded for potency and tenacity. It makes no sense. But you don't want B2 getting stunned. You want it to take as many of those because he resets the cooldowns on this. Let's see here. But B2 has a 40% chance to reduce his cooldowns by 1 whenever a Separatist ally is evaded or damaged by an attack. So your allies are going to continue to be damaged by attacks, and B2 is going to come out here every single time and just mow down, 5 debuffs, mow down, 5 debuffs, mow down, 5 debuffs. You want to make sure he doesn't get dazed or stunned wherever possible. Potency is the most important to land all his debuffs, but tenacity is also important. So you're going to want to mod him for as much potency as possible and as much tenacity as possible, leaning toward the potency as the primary thing for B2 to give all of the turn meter to the team. Magna Guard. I'm going to relieve you here. You don't need Magna Guard Zeta. It's a really stupid Zeta. Deal physical damage to target enemy. If no buffs were dispelled, reset the cooldown of this ability. Now, who cares about resetting the cooldown of this ability? Not this guy. Who's got 2 thumbs and doesn't care about resetting the cooldown of this ability? This guy. I don't care. I don't want this Zeta. How are you going to mod Magna Guard? Just protection, 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 protection. And again, I don't have the ideal mod set. Just get as much beefiness on this guy as you can. Gains taunt for 1 turn whenever it uses an ability. As soon as you get a turn, it's going to taunt. It's going to taunt for the rest of the battle, basically. You just want him taunting. You don't need this ability, the General Grievous. I mean, you don't need the Zeta. Just make Magna Guard as tanky as possible with as much protection as possible. And there you go. That is how you mod and how you Zeta for the gas journey. Good luck, everybody. Your Zetas, your relic levels are going to help you a lot on this journey. Relic 5 droids, you've got the Padme bundle. Relic 3 and the earlier one. It's going to be great for you to get this journey done. I still would expect a lot of tries and a lot of attempts in this journey. There's just a lot of RNG going on. It is challenging. You can go watch my channel. I played this before. I'm not going to put a... Just look up Nooch Too Good gas event. You'll find it. But I will put another link here at the end of the video. If you just hang on past the credits, there'll be a link there for my gas farming guide plus, and there'll be a lot of stuff in there about the 500 first, because guess what? You're going to need the 500 first, and gas needs 4 mods, and that team needs another, I think, 4 mods on it as well. With a 5th mod, that's an option. So you're looking at, what was it? This is 3 mods required here, or 3 Zetas. I said mods. Zetas was what I meant. 3 mods on the Separatists. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5 Zetas required on this team. 3 mods on the Separatists, and your gas team will have 4 on gas, 2 on 5s, 1 on Rex, and 1 on Arc Trooper. So that's going to be 4, 2. So you need 8 Zetas here. You need 8 Zetas for the gas team. You need 16 total Zetas to make the whole gas farm worth it and make it work for your roster. Hey, everybody. Have fun at that gas event. Let me know how it's going for you. If you crushed it, let me know. If you're struggling, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. And always remember, Nooch Too Good.